Good morning. I'm Mary Frank Brown with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. I'm the designated hearing officer for this hearing. I would like to welcome each of you here today. The subject of this hearing is the proposed revisions of ADEM Administrative Code Division 335-6. Notice of the date, time, place, and purpose of this hearing was published in the Birmingham News, the Huntsville Times, the Mobile Register, and the Montgomery Advertiser on November 21st, 2021. Copies of the certifications of these publications are submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit C-1 through C-4. On November 19th, 2021, the department also caused the same notice to be sent to 2,646 individuals and organizations requesting advance notice of rulemaking. A listing of the individuals and organizations notified will be entered into the hearing record as Exhibit C-5. A copy of the proposed rules was filed with the Administrative Procedures Division of the Legislative Services Agency, and a copy was furnished to the Joint Committee on Administrative Regulations review on November 18th, 2021. A copy of the notice was also published in the Alabama Administrative Monthly, Volume 40, Issue 2, on November 30th, 2021. These facts are attested to by Othni Lantham, Director of the Legislative Services Agency, by affidavit, which is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit C-6. Copies of the proposed rules have been available for inspection by the public at ADEM field offices in Birmingham, Mobile, and Decatur, and ADEM offices in Montgomery. The proposed regulations have also been available on the ADEM internet site at adem.alabama.gov. A copy of the proposed rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B-1. A copy of the summary of reasons supporting adoption of rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B-2. The department has given public notice of these rulemaking proceedings. To date, no written comments have been received. This hearing is being conducted to provide the public an opportunity to present data, views, questions, and arguments on the proposed rules. It is open to the public, and anyone wishing to present oral testimony or a written statement may do so. Persons who have not previously advised the hearing officer of their intent to give oral testimony should complete a registration card and present it to the representative at the registration table. All verbal and written comments received today and during the public hearing period will become part of the hearing record. The information in the record will be used in evaluating the proposed rules. Lengthy statements containing considerable technical or other significant data should be submitted for the record in writing. Summaries of such statements may be presented orally. All testimony and written statements shall be as factual as possible and should address the subject of this hearing. This hearing is not intended as a question and answer session, and persons giving testimony will not be subject to questioning by the public. They may, however, be questioned by the hearing officer or any other representative of the Department of Environmental Management to clarify points and to develop a better understanding of the information being presented. We will now proceed to the principal purpose of today's hearing, the receipt of public comments. I would ask that each person making a statement please step to the podium, state your name, and any interest or organization that you represent. This hearing is being recorded by a court reporter, and a transcript will be included in the public record. The order of appearance of persons giving oral testimony will be as follows. First, a representative of the Department of Environmental Management, then public officials, then members of the public, in the order they filed registration cards to give oral testimony. I now will call on Chip Crockett, Chief of the Groundwater Branch Land Division.
Thank you, Mary Frank. Good morning, everyone. I'm Chip Crockett, Chief of the Groundwater Branch of the Land Division. I'm going to provide a brief summary of the reasons supporting the proposed revisions to the ADEM Administrative Code, technical standards, corrective action requirements, and financial responsibility for owners and operators of underground storage tanks. Under the provisions of the Alabama Environmental Management Act, the Department of Environmental Management has the authority to adopt rules, regulations, and standards in order to carry out the provisions and intent of the statute. Specifically, the department is proposing revisions to these standards to clarify the requirements for technical standards, corrective action plans, preliminary investigations, free product removal, investigative derived waste, the operation and maintenance of systems including spill prevention equipment and release detection, and to make updates to analytical methods. In addition, there are revisions to correct regulation citations and to make grammatical clarifications. The purpose of today's hearing is to provide an opportunity to receive public comment regarding the revisions as noted. The department welcomes your input to this process and will consider all technical comments prior to making a final decision concerning the revisions to these regulations. The department will also provide a response to each comment and to those requesting specific notice of your decision. Thank you.
I will now call on public officials, followed by members of the public, in the order in which they filed registration cards to give oral testimony. I would ask that each person making a statement please step to the podium, state your name, and any interest or organization that you represent. I am requesting that everyone limit your comments to 5 minutes, since I've asked for lengthy statements to be submitted in writing. If anyone feels they would like to make additional comments, I will appropriate more time after everyone in attendance has had a chance to speak. At this point, I will call any public officials that may want to speak. And since there's no public officials, I will now move to the public for any testimony they would like to give. I have not received any registration cards. And since there doesn't seem to be anybody that's come at the last moment, there is nobody here from the public, so we will move forward. Since I've not received any registration cards of anyone indicating that they wish to speak, is there anyone has not had a chance and wants to complete one? Seeing that there's none, the final hearing record will include a transcript of this hearing, all written submissions and exhibits, and a response by the department to each relevant comment received by the hearing officer before 5 p.m. Thursday, January 6, 2022, at the ADEM offices in Montgomery. After consideration of all oral and written comments, ADEM will make a determination regarding possible revisions to the proposed rules and prepare a response to all relevant comments received. When a final decision has been made, ADEM will forward the final draft of the proposed rules as may be revised, the hearing record, and if conflicting views are submitted, a concise statement of the principal reason for and against adoption of the proposed rules and the reasons for overruling any consideration urged against their adoption to the Environmental Management Commission for its consideration and possible adoption. Once complete, this record will be available for public inspection in the office of the Department of Environmental Management in Montgomery. Thank you for your attendance and participation today. This hearing is adjourned.